The death of David caused so much pain to the family. Kate never stopped crying. "What did I do to deserve this?" she wept. Jennifer was so broken. She has had so much to deal with. Few months back, she lost a healthy child she brought home from the hospital. Now, she lost her dear husband. And the worst of all is that everyone is accusing her of taking his life. These past 4 years of my life have been a waste. I came into this family with so much joy and hope. Now I am about to live with nothing. Shattered and broken, Jennifer cried. Kate warned her seriously to never enter the kitchen again. They even stopped giving her food and wouldn't allow her to enter the kitchen and prepare something for herself. When the heat became too much for her, she packed her things and told them she was going back to her father's house, that whenever they are ready to bury her husband, they should inform her to come and pay her last respect. Kate shouted at her, "You joy killer, blood-sucking woman! So after taking the lives of my children, you want to go and live your life? It's not possible. David will be buried soon, and according to tradition, you must take an oath of innocence." Jennifer cried as she quietly went back to her room and cried herself to sleep. David's burial was fixed, and according to their tradition, Jennifer would place her hand on his coffin and swear that she is innocent before they bury him. Seeing her husband's people come into her home to express their fake condolence broke Kate into pieces. "If not for the ugly situation surrounding my son's death, what will make this wicked human step foot into my home?" Kate cried. Meanwhile, her husband's elder brother that took over their properties had a stroke, and his wife abandoned him and his children and left. On the day of the burial, Jennifer took the oath. Once she takes the oath, if she is guilty, she would instantly run mad or drop dead. But if she is innocent, nothing will happen to her. Everyone was surprised at how she boldly placed her hand on David's coffin. She praised him first, called him all the sweet names she calls him. Then she took the oath. She wished him a safe journey to the great beyond. Everyone waited to see what would happen to Jennifer, but nothing happened to her. She went about her activity and helped in serving people. The place she was supposed to sit and see people as the chief mourner was taken over by Kate because they thought she would be gone after the oath. Her two brothers were her only family members that came for the burial. They stood by waiting to see what will happen to their sister till after the burial, and everyone left. Kate was shocked. "So Jennifer is innocent," she cried. "She didn't kill my son." She felt bad for accusing Jennifer of her husband's death. Everyone that accused her apologized to her. Once again, Jennifer packed her things to go, but they told her she would have to stay for the next 6 months, and after her husband's memorial service, then she is free to go and continue with her life. One morning, Kate called her into her room and sincerely apologized to her for making life so hard for her. "My daughter, please forgive me. I am so sorry for all the pain I've caused you. I can't imagine the emotional trauma you must have had because of my false accusations against you. First, I accused you of killing Toby, then David. Please forgive me." Jennifer in tears asked, "Mama, I only have one question. What made you think that I am capable of murder? Why did you find it so easy to accuse me of their death?" Kate had no answers to give her as she continued crying. "Mama, I have forgiven you a long time ago. I am happy that everyone now knows that I am innocent." They hugged and Jennifer went back to her room. Kelvin, her second son, came home one day and told Kate that he invited a man of God to come and conduct some prayers for the family. He has been having a series of horrible dreams. Kate was very okay with it, so they prepared to welcome the man of God. The man of God came into the mansion and started praying. He didn't even allow them to welcome him. He prayed and prayed as if he was in a fierce battle with some beings. They fought and fought as he kept praying and commanding the evil spirit to leave the mansion. He kept on saying, "She made a mistake, but she didn't enter into any covenant with you. Her friend made a promise to you on her behalf, but she is not aware of such promises, so you have no place in this home. No life shall be lost. Their glory is restored." The prayer went on for almost 20 minutes before the man of God started singing and they all joined him. After singing, he looked at Kate and asked her, "Woman, what have you done?" Kate was confused and surprised at the same time. As she looked at herself, then looked at the man of God. "Sir, what do you mean? I don't understand." Then the man of God reminded her what happened about 17 years ago. 17 years ago, after sending all your children abroad, you woke up one morning and was seriously worried about something. "Yes," Kate answered. "Can you please tell us what you were worried about? Who you confided in about your worry, what she advised you to do, and what you did afterwards?" Kate was shocked. She couldn't speak. Everyone was looking at her, so she had no other option but to speak. "After what my late husband did to me, I was worried that after all my suffering, that my children would someday get married and abandon me the way their father abandoned us. I wanted them to love me forever, love and adore me. I wanted to be sure that they will forever be by my side against all odds. So I confided in my friend and she told me what to do. She told me that whenever my monthly flow comes, I should wash myself and use the water to cook for my children. And by doing so, they will forever be indebted to me. And no woman or human being can ever separate us." Everyone cringed when she said that. "I did as she told me. I kept on doing it, and that was why I built a mansion and requested that we all live together. I only stopped when Jennifer came into the picture because she took over the kitchen and I didn't see the opportunity to continue." "Did you make any promises to any deity?" "No, I didn't," Kate answered. "So what brought Awala to this family?" Kate remembered that Awala is the name she usually called to keep her and her children together whenever she is washing herself. "My friend told me that her mother introduced her to the practice and her mother worshipped a god called Awala. So whenever I am washing myself or putting the blood into their food, I should chant, 'Awala, keep me and my children together. Awala, keep me and my children together.' She told me it wasn't a harmful practice and will not cause any harm." Kate, you don't know the gravity of what you have done. Awala is a very dangerous deity. Your friend indirectly introduced you into idol worshipping. And sadly for you, Awala is a very wicked and selfish idol. When your husband passed and willed everything the both of you labored for to his brother, leaving you at their mercy, you cried to God to help you and your children. Firstly, he brought your friend Nora and she helped you people out of that house. Then came Mr. John, who gave you the business that you grew into an empire today. God did all of it. You suddenly became worried that your children will abandon you, and instead of going to God in prayer as you have always done, you ran to a friend for help. Did God ever tell you he was tired of helping you? No, Kate answered as she wept bitterly. You unknowingly started to worship Awala. The mention of his name in this family brought him here. His first anger was that your children didn't join in worshiping him. You didn't make that promise to it, but your friend did on your behalf. But it was calm. Then you stopped worshiping it when you stopped cooking, and that aggravated it the most. In order to get at this household, he started to take the lives of your children. Kelvin would have been the next, but the prayers of his wife every night made it impossible for Awala to strike him. So he started disturbing his dreams. The death that killed your only grandchild came for his father David, but met the little child. And even after taking the child, it wasn't satisfied, so it came back and took David. The reason they died after eating Jennifer's food is because Awala is angry and sees her as the reason he's not getting his desired worship. So it wanted her to be pinned to every death so she would suffer. Kate screamed, "What have I done to myself? Oh, I am finished. I never intended to kill my children. All I did was with good intentions." No, no, Kate, the man of God said to her, it was for your selfish gain. Most times as a parent, we forget that taking care of our children, suffering for them is our responsibility. And when they grow into adults, we free them and let them enjoy life with their partners. All this happened because you wanted your children to yourself forever. That is selfishness and is wrong. The selfishness stems from the fact that you have refused to forgive your husband for what he did to you. You really need to forgive him so you can heal. He held her close and consoled her. Madam, you are not finished because Awala is out and gone forever. God is still in the business of saving souls and doing miracles. He has saved you and your family. The Bible said that he whom the Son of God has set free is free indeed. Your household is saved and free. They cried and prayed. Her children pointed fingers at her and called her evil. But the man of God pleaded with them to forgive her. Her actions, though, seemed selfish, but she did out of fear and love for her children. Jennifer wept and wept. She has had so much pain in this family, and the best she can do for herself is to leave already and never come back. Kelvin was happy that because of his wife's prayers, his life was spared. Kate tried so hard to forgive herself and also forgive her late husband. Everyone noticed that there was a better atmosphere in the mansion. Everywhere seemed to be calm, unlike before when it used to be always noisy, and they keep wondering where the noise was always coming from. Jennifer left, but before she left, they gave her everything that belonged to her husband as a compensation for all the pain she went through. Kate's two sons left the mansion with their wives to build their own lives. They visited her every week, not out of obligation, but out of love. Kate lived in her mansion and she learned her lessons. Now she is faced with the truth that love cannot be demanded and it cannot be forced. Love, true love, is a gift that must be given freely, without strings, without the burden of expectation. Moral lesson 1. Love cannot be forced. The most central lesson is that love, especially between a mother and her children, cannot be manipulated or coerced. True love is built on trust, respect, and freedom, not on control or fear. Trying to bind someone to you through unnatural means only leads to harm, not closer connection. 2. The dangers of fear and desperation. Kate's fear of losing her children led her to make a terrible choice. This shows that when we act out of fear or desperation, we are often blinded to the consequences of our actions. Fear can cloud judgment, and desperate actions can cause irreversible damage. 3. Healing takes time. This teaches us that healing, whether emotional or physical, requires patience and effort. Wounds, especially those caused by betrayal or manipulation, cannot be mended overnight. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed the story. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. If you are coming across my channel for the first time, please subscribe to my channel to support my growth. And to my previous subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your support. Do not forget to on your notification bell for more interesting stories from Amaka's Folk Tales. Bye bye.